The work of all of them, especially yes, thank you for that introduction. That was incredible. That's the best introduction I've had in quite a while. We'll be in Okeechobee County tomorrow night. So, thank you very much. Thank you all for coming and having me here today. I'm privileged and honored to be with you here. As they pointed out a few minutes ago, I will need to leave about 8 o'clock because our flight was moved up. I've never had that experience with an airline. I've always had to move it back, never had to move it up. So we'll be plenty of time to answer questions, God willing, and I thank you for the opportunity to be here. We did fly in today from Jacksonville. I had a horrible thing happen, and I hope you can forgive me. The teleprompter didn't make it for security. So I'm probably going to have to win it. Thank you for having me. Madam Chairman, thank you for being here tonight, Lord. You've done a phenomenal job of this time. You're making waves across the state. Because of how well this county's party is doing, how vibrant it's become. And you should be congratulated, you should be proud of that as well. I'll be in this region a lot over the next few months because it's an important part of our state. In fact, I'll be back on November 7th with Bill Munson. Bill is the state committee man for Pasco County, but he's also heavily involved in Second Amendment rights, and he's part of the big NRA that we're doing on the 7th, right, Bill?
You got it.
So if you want any details on that, I'll be there. I hope you all come as well. I'll be another opportunity for us to interact. I want to talk to you tonight about why I'm running for the U.S. Senate in the hopes of earning your support. And I say earning your support because I don't deserve it. I can't demand it. I have to work for it. Every single one of you have the right to support whoever you want, both in this primary and in general. I believe you have a choice to make. I believe the choice you have before you is quite different. I think it's a legitimate option. And I want to make the argument tonight as to why I hope people should do it. And to begin to do that, I have to tell you why I want to run for the U.S. Senate. And I'll be frank, I don't want to keep it easy from anybody. I want to be a U.S. Senator because I aspire to win the Nobel Peace Prize. I'm just kidding. I mean, it's fine if I won it. I'm just saying, I'm just kidding. I think you have to be in office at least 10 days. But why I'm running for the U.S. Senate is pretty straightforward. I think the United States of America is the single greatest society in all of human history. Now, I know I'm supposed to say that because I'm running for office. I know every political candidate says that. I know everybody says that. America's great and all that kind of stuff. I mean it. I know it's a big true. Any historical analysis of the world ever, including right now, tells you there has never been anything like this nation. I had an argument a day ago with someone from NPR who challenged me on that. I said, okay, well, who would you rather be? He named a couple of countries. I said, no, that's where you want to retire. Who would you rather be? What nation would you rather be? Where would you rather raise your children? If you had to start your life again from scratch, where would you rather be? And the answer is that even now, even today, even with the issues and challenges that we have before us, there is no country or no people whose future I would trade for ours. There is no nation whose history I would trade for ours. There is no one on the earth whom I would rather be. And rightfully so. Because there's never been anything like this. Now, people focus on our political opportunities and our political life. They're important, and I don't mean to denigrate them. But tonight I want to focus on the other aspect of our greatness, and that is our prosperity and our upward mobility. Because it is truly unrivaled and exceptional in all of human history. This remains the only society in human history where time and again people open up businesses in the spare bedroom of their homes, probably in violation of the zoning code. And one day, sell shares of those companies on Wall Street. It's the only place in human history where poor people with a better idea and stronger work ethic can actually put rich people out of business. Not because the government did it, but because they worked harder and had a better idea. In fact, it is the only place in human history where much of what will happen to you in your life, who you will be, and what you will do isn't pretty much decided already for you by the time that you are born. See, in most societies across this world, and throughout the history of humanity, who your parents are, and what social class you're born into determines everything. I'm the son of a bartender. And in those nations, the son of a bartender can grow up to be, I guess, a senior bartender. You can never grow up to be a candidate for the U.S. Senate or aspire to the things I've had the opportunity to do in my life. And that doesn't say so much about me and my parents as it does about America. This unrivaled, exceptional nation, unlike any that has ever existed in the history of humanity. And now we are at a crossroads in American history. A real crossroads, not just the one they talk about every 2 years that they want your vote. This one is sincerely true. We are at a moment in our history where we are being told by those in charge, and I mean those in the White House and those in the Congress, that that exceptional nation, that place where anyone from anywhere can be anything, is no longer possible. Their message to the American people is that our destiny is inevitably to be more like everybody else. Now, why do they say that? Here's why they say that. The source of our greatness as a people, the source of those opportunities, the source of the ability to open up a business in the spare bedroom of your home, is a decision that we made about our government and its role in our lives and in our economy. We decided, well before any of us were alive, that unlike the other industrialized nations who chose to have government guarantee them a basket of services, they want to guarantee housing, they want to guarantee wages, they want to guarantee health care, they want to guarantee child care, they wanted to guarantee jobs, they wanted to make sure they never had to work more than 30 hours a week, they wanted to guarantee 6 weeks vacation. I know it sounds like a government job, but that's not what I'm describing. I'm describing life in almost every industrialized country on earth, where society there made a decision that they wanted more from government. There is nothing evil about that. But there is a price to pay for that. And the price you pay for government guaranteeing so many things is that you must have a level of government involved in your economy to the point where it picks the winners and losers. You must have more government involved in your economy. More of your economy will belong to the government. And when more of the economy belongs to the government, in essence, the more your economy belongs to the government, the harder it is to open up a business in the spare bedroom of your home. The harder it is to open up a business by designing a business plan on the back of a scrap piece of paper and then taking out your life savings and pursuing it. The harder it is for the son of the employee to grow up and become an employer. The harder it is to overcome the circumstances of your birth. Now, we made a decision in America that that's not what we wanted. And it has turned out well for us. There has never been a civilization as free and as prosperous as the American people. But now we are being told by our leaders that that is no longer possible. That in this new century, and from here on out, America must be more like the rest of the world. And it is inevitable that we must accept more government in our lives. They tell us that our environment is being threatened and that we're too energy dependent and that the only solution is government involvement. They tell us that unemployment is too high, and so they spend all day figuring out how they, the senators, the congressmen, the president, are going to create jobs. What they don't understand is that presidents and senators have never created jobs. I wish they did, by the way, because that's a lot easier than having to get up at 5:30 in the morning to go to work, to build a business and sacrifice. The truth is that jobs and opportunity in America have always been created in one singular way, and that is the dreams of people who work hard 6, 7 days a week in pursuit of those dreams, and they sacrifice and they work hard. And that's not going to change, no matter how much they want to. And so the choice before us is clear. Do we choose this path? Do we choose the path they advocate for us, of an America more like the rest of the world and no longer exceptional and unique? Do we choose the path of more government involvement in our economy? In essence, do we choose this false governmental security in exchange for opportunity and, quite frankly, our freedoms? Do we choose the road that the leadership of this country would now have us pursue? I believe that the vast majority of Americans don't want that road. And I believe they deserve voices in American politics. People who will go to Washington, D.C. and not just stand up against this agenda, but in fact offer a clear alternative to the American people. And so you want to know why I'm running for U.S. Senate? I'm running because I do not believe that there is anyone else running in this election that will do that. I am running because I do not believe that any of the other people who choose this office in this state will go to Washington, D.C. and not only stand up to this agenda, but offer a clear and concise alternative.